Does there exist in the deepest place of endless darkness a secret door waiting to be opened, a passage where light cannot return, a threshold leading to a realm where time, space, and existence themselves become foreign to what we have always believed? When looking up at the night sky, the shimmering stars bring a sense of peace. Yet right beside that brilliance, darkness hides regions no one has ever seen. Perhaps within it lies a secret that has slept since the universe was born. The silence of night seems absolute, but something waits there, quietly drawing us closer. Pause for a moment, breathe softly. In this instant, imagine space as a calm, boundless ocean. The stars are like grains of light drifting upon that ocean's surface, forming a mysterious current that humankind can only gaze upon. Amid such beauty exists a question that makes imagination tremble. A question so small, yet carrying the weight of a galaxy. What lies within the absolute darkness where light can never shine? Could there be a gateway to a world where familiar laws no longer hold true? A world where moments can freeze, memories compress into tiny points, and the future expands without limit. The universe never gives us easy answers. Every time we seek understanding, the truth hides even deeper. Humankind builds larger telescopes, gathers more data, and advances science beyond what earlier generations could imagine. But something strange happens. The farther we look, the more we realize how little we understand. The black hole has become a symbol of that mystery, a silent dot upon the fabric of space, holding within it unwritten chapters of the cosmos. Some say a black hole is where every unsolved question of the universe gathers. A star lives for billions of years, shining brightly, warming the planets around it, telling the story of light throughout its life. Then comes its end, when its fuel runs out, when the force holding it together collapses. The giant of the heavens falls into itself. An immense gravity causes its core to shrink into an infinitely small point called a singularity. All matter is compressed, all emptiness disappears, and our understanding of physics seems to no longer apply. That tiny, invisible point wields an irresistible pull. The space around it bends into a deep pit. Even light cannot escape, and all is swallowed by darkness. No glimmer, no reflection, no way to peer within. The black hole is a perfect sealed box containing the story of a dead star. Yet it opens a mystery 100 times greater. Imagine standing before an abyss whose bottom your eyes can never reach. The wind brushes your skin but carries no sound. The feeling is both alluring and terrifying. The black hole's attraction lies not in its danger, but in the questions it poses beyond ordinary curiosity. Where does the information of all things that fall into it go? Do planets once devoured still exist in some other form? Does time continue inside, or has it stopped completely? Are the laws of nature torn apart within that chilling silence? Space, matter, and time, the three pillars of the universe we know, are twisted into something else beyond the black hole's threshold. Some researchers believe nothing truly disappears, but merely transforms. The data of what once existed may be intricately inscribed on the space surrounding the black hole. Everything that has fallen in might still endure in another form. A simple thought, yet it opens a hope that nothing ever completely vanishes from the universe. Humanity has always feared oblivion. The fear that everything will fade drives us to search for meaning in life. When we gaze into a black hole, that fear grows stronger. It is like a mirror reflecting our deepest dread. Will we vanish? Will our memories dissolve as if they never were? Yet another thought arises. Perhaps the existence of black holes is a reminder that even in the deepest darkness, something remains preserved, though our current eyes cannot yet perceive it. Breathe slowly. Gaze into the vast emptiness before you. Every point of light in the sky might be telling a story of the death of a star and the rebirth of a new mystery. Within the faint whisper of wind flowing among those distant suns, it seems as though the universe itself is inviting us forward. The black hole becomes a call to courage. Whoever seeks to understand must accept stepping into a realm where both intellect and intuition are tested. Let your thoughts drift like a slow-moving stream. Feel your breath merge with the heartbeat of the cosmos. In this moment, the path begins to open. It leads from light into the deepest darkness, carrying imagination beyond the stars. The black hole is not only out there in distant galaxies, it also exists within the human mind, the place where the question of existence has never ceased to burn. We are about to draw nearer to the darkest place of all. That boundary awaits ahead, ready to unfold a new journey of awareness, a journey toward the secrets that the heavens have so carefully hidden. Nowhere in the universe defines a threshold as breathlessly as the edge of a black hole. It is not a wall of stone nor a fence that eyes can see. It is an invisible and silent line, yet its power is absolute. People call it the event horizon, the place where all paths lead to a single end. Let your mind walk slowly to the shadowed edge of space. Picture an ocean of ink spreading out below your feet, where waves no longer shimmer but flow into endless depth. The horizon looks as calm as still water, yet once crossed, even the fastest light can never return. The event horizon is like the doorway of fate. To touch it is to end choice itself, for turning back ceases to exist. Before this line, everything remains free. Time still flows in the way we know. Matter continues its familiar dance. A hovering ship, a wandering dust mote, a flicker of light, all still have a chance to escape the fierce pull that waits ahead. The universe seems to grant everything a final opportunity to turn back. If only it can hold on to a fragment of force, a spark of will, the path of return still exists. But one step further, and breathing grows heavy. There is no way out. All directions collapse toward the heart of the black hole, accelerating endlessly. The event horizon becomes the point where the usual laws of nature bow in surrender. No light, no signal, no message can pass beyond it to tell the story within. Imagine a lone traveler drifting through space, nearing a black hole. Their body would not feel the instant of crossing the boundary. No sound would mark it, no flash of light. Everything would seem unchanged. Yet in truth, the journey has already entered another dimension. They would not know they had passed the gate. Those who watch from afar, however, would see the opposite. The traveler appears to slow down, time around them stretching endlessly, their image fading, then freezing upon the boundary, as though trapped forever just before the horizon. Time itself becomes a riddle, and the event horizon turns into a mirror reflecting two separate realities. For those outside, the voyage ends. For the one within, it continues beyond control. It is as if two versions of the same being exist side by side, yet can never meet again. One remains trapped within the universe's memory, the other drifts into darkness, forever unknown. Some have said the event horizon is the end of freedom, where choice no longer exists, where even light itself is carried away by the flow of fate. This thought brings us back to ourselves. Is the freedom we cherish truly absolute? Or are we, like dust in space, always bound by invisible forces we do not yet perceive? The fear of limitation has long made humankind yearn for transcendence. We strive to touch the horizon of knowledge, sometimes risking everything we hold. The event horizon stands as a reminder. Not every journey allows return, and every decision carries weight. Each step into darkness is a step into the unknown. In life, humans face moments much the same. A door closing forever, never to open in the same way again. A meeting, a choice, a single thoughtless instant can become the horizon of personal fate. Floating before the black hole, light flickers like a candle before a storm. It is as if the universe itself asks, what makes you still wish to move forward? Curiosity is human nature, so is fear. Together they weave uncertainty. The black hole lies between them, a bridge between what we understand and what we have never conceived. The event horizon binds two realms of perception. Cross it and knowledge dissolves. The meaning of existence shifts. Outside the horizon, information can still travel. Observers can still see, describe, and measure. Inside, silence reigns, as though everything has vanished from the story still being told by light outside. Perhaps that disappearance is only temporary for those observing, while for the one within, the tale has already diverged into a path no one else can follow. Near this border, space stretches thin as thread. Time elongates like an infinite ribbon. Everything feels as if it's about to tear in two. one half preserved in the universe's memory, the other drawn deep into the void. This is called the rending of light, of time, of being itself. Let your body relax, heartbeat slow, and listen to the growing silence in your mind. The event horizon is not only a physical boundary, it is also a metaphor for life's turning points. Even the vast universe has its limits, reminding us that every journey contains a final choice. Whether you move forward or turn back, a single step may create two entirely separate realities. Sometimes we fear the unknown, yet it is that very fear that drives us toward new light. Like spacecraft plunging into mystery, we long to uncover what has no name. The spirit of exploration lets us touch what once seemed impossible. The event horizon stands as a silent challenge for the curious. The darkness beyond is so dense it feels almost tangible. Within that silence, secrets flicker. Everything continues to exist, but in forms our senses cannot yet perceive. It brings an indescribable sense of breathless awe. It feels as though the universe deliberately hides something, holding us a moment longer at that fragile edge. Gazing deep into the lightless void, we realize, the closer we approach the black hole's heart, the tighter the mystery grips the mind. Questions grow, urging the next question. The event horizon is not an end, but an invitation to go further inward. Crossing it opens a darker, more powerful, more demanding chapter. Take a gentle breath. The light fades slowly. All understanding is about to be tested to its limits. The deeper we look, the more suffocating the mystery becomes. To continue seeking truth means entering a place from which no signal can ever return. At the very edge of freedom, the human mind reaches a realm both wondrous and terrifying. The center of the black hole is deeper than any abyss we can imagine, a point unmatched anywhere in the universe. It is so small it defies measurement, yet it holds the mass of an entire star. Scientists have given it a short name that carries the weight of our current ignorance: the singularity. The singularity, the place where everything we have believed begins to unravel. In the ordinary world, matter occupies space, time flows forward, motion follows rules, and every force can be written in elegant equations. But near that central point, orbits twist upon themselves. Time bends downward like torn fabric. Distance shrinks until it disappears. The laws we once called absolute fall silent before the gate of nothingness. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Let imagination drift through the curve of warped space. The sky we know, stars burning, planets circling the sun, all follow predictable order. The singularity rejects that order. It reminds us that human knowledge is but a small lamp flickering in the warehouse of the cosmos. At that point, all matter is compressed beyond any possible limit. No atom or subatomic particle retains its shape or distance. The colossal mass of a dead star collapses into a nearly zero-sized point, its gravity rising to infinity. In ordinary life, infinity is only a figure of speech, but in a black hole, it becomes real. The human body, no matter how vast, is but dust upon the cosmic road. Falling toward the singularity, every part of you would stretch along the fall, while being crushed sideways at the same time. Physicists call this, almost playfully yet grimly, spaghettification. Simply put, you would be drawn into a thin, fragile thread before vanishing entirely from any concept of shape. The thought alone chills the spine. Yet the most compelling mystery is not destruction. It is the fate of information. Information means everything a thing once was. Its properties, the pattern of its particles, every detail of its existence. In science, information cannot be truly lost. It may change, hide, or scatter, but it always leaves a trace. The singularity seems to defy that principle. Whatever falls in appears to vanish without evidence. Humanity has long believed intellect can explain all phenomena, yet the singularity forces even physicists to pause in anxious silence. Einstein's majestic equations grow powerless before infinity. Quantum physics, triumphant in the smallest scales, also breaks down here. All that remains is a void in our understanding. And so a question opens, vast as the universe itself. What truly exists at the deepest point of the black hole? Perhaps it is a doorway, a passage into another chapter of the cosmos, a place where time is no longer a straight line, where past, present, and future blend like swirling waters in a storm. Or perhaps it is simply an ending, a cul-de-sac of existence where everything meets its final stillness. The image both awes and frightens us, for the human mind was made to seek meaning, not to accept a silent end. In that reflection, the mind turns back upon itself. The laws of physics we trust are built from observation, from the tiny portion of the universe we can reach. The black hole lies beyond that reach. It is a dense veil hiding a deeper layer of reality. The question it poses is not only for science, but for philosophy itself. Duoi jai la bandich teng an chojoan van kwaban. Translation: does reality truly consist of what we see every day, or is it merely the surface of something far greater? Researchers will not stand still. They seek a theory that can bind everything together, from the motion of galaxies to the bizarre behavior of particles smaller than light. Every investigative direction converges on a common goal: discovering what is happening at the singularity. A new theory may arise with the power to free us from old limits. That central point may very well hold the key to the deepest question. Where did the universe begin? In every breath, every thought, humanity longs to move closer to perfect understanding. The singularity reminds us that that journey has never ended. Perhaps we are at the beginning of an intellectual adventure, far greater than any chapters already written. That brings the humility we need, a reverence toward a silent but powerful cosmos. From that point of infinite density, the mystery not only spreads outward, but also reflects back into each person's mind. We ask ourselves whether all we know is only the tip of a vast iceberg. Could there be new rules hidden deep in the darkness waiting to be discovered? In the faint whisper of the universe's singularity, it seems to say that our intellect has only just begun. A moment more. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Imagine a point you cannot see yet which holds the power of a star. That image is both terrifying and mesmerizing. The human brain is unaccustomed to what lies beyond its own logic. But exactly that drives us to draw closer. We are still listening to the call of darkness. The laws begin to tremble before the boundary that the singularity erects. Everything seems to await a new explanation, another truth, a light yet unrevealed. The pursuit continues because human nature is to explore. We are preparing to look straight into where every theory must question itself. A new path opens, seeking evidence for laws never before known. The journey deeper into the black hole is still long. The next boundary awaits ahead. The truth will become more breathtaking as we step into the region where space, time, and existence itself begin to change. There are moments in life when we feel time pass so fast we cannot grasp it. And there are times when a minute stretches into eternity. Those experiences are often attributed to emotion or state of mind. Yet near a black hole, the distortion of time is no longer a subjective feeling. It becomes an absolute reality etched into the structure of space by the universe itself. According to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, time can slow down or speed up depending on where we stand in the universe. The stronger the gravity, the slower time flows. A black hole carries the strongest pull ever known. That causes the flow of time around it to curve like a river blocked by a massive rock. The water spirals, then falls into a sudden whirlpool. Just outside the black hole's edge, the event horizon hovers like a thin membrane between two worlds. Time almost seems to stop. You might spend an hour there while hundreds or thousands of years pass outside. Distant observers would see you seemingly frozen, your movement so slow the naked eye cannot perceive it. The light from you fades, shifts red deep, then disappears into darkness. Picture an astronaut approaching that perilous region. Meanwhile, Earth outside continues living. Children are born, generations succeed each other. When the astronaut returns, those known once have grown old, while they themselves remain almost unchanged. One of their steps might represent a lifetime for someone elsewhere in the universe. That feeling makes time lose the solid structure we once assumed. The nature of time seems unlike what we learn in textbooks. For centuries, humans have regarded time as an arrow moving straight ahead, never deviating. The black hole causes that arrow to bend downward, sinking into space's shadow. Moments near the deepest point stretch beyond any measure humans once thought of. An observer far off might see something falling into the black hole slow down, then vanish, but the one falling feels an entirely different process. Their time still flows, still pulses with each heartbeat, unaware that the outside is changing at an unimaginable speed. It's like two songs playing from the same speaker. Each has a completely different rhythm, but the listener only hears their own melody. This moment is where science and philosophy intersect. Does time exist independently, or is it only what our minds impose on the universe to make sense of it? When time bends, it means past and future can become closer than we thought. Perhaps every moment already exists somewhere in space, just waiting for an observer to reach it. A slow breath, all surrounding sounds seem to quiet. Feel how in everyday life time always flows one way, but in the depths of absolute gravity, it becomes something that can stretch, even reverse. That makes our daily life seem more fragile. Everything familiar may change when placed in a larger context. Looking back on our existence, humans still seek meaning in each passing second. Every door in life opens, then closes in the rhythm of time's counting. We watch loved ones grow, mature, then part. We feel age imprint on the body. A black hole makes all those things relative. It raises the question, is time truly flowing as we once believed? Scientists strive to describe time as part of the universe's fabric, a sheet that can bend by gravity. But behind that theory lies a deeper question. Who is the one experiencing time? Is it only consciousness that perceives the flow? A black hole causes an observer, and the one drawn into it to see the same phenomenon yet witness two different realities. It's like a funhouse mirror, where each person sees a completely different image. In our lives, we often chase time, fearing it runs too fast. But there, time stretches like thick honey, slowly dripping. The property makes us pause and reflect. Perhaps time is not the only flow. There may be many rhythms of time. Each rhythm belongs to a different region of space. Digging deeper into that thought, it seems we stand before a door that may lead to greater truths of existence. A place in the universe where time stops flowing might be where every question is answered, or it might be where no question remains. That feeling is both liberating and tightening the heart. Space around the black hole bends so that every path leads to the center. That causes time to suffer the same fate. Like a falling leaf drawn into a whirlpool, time is no longer autonomous but pulled by the breath of gravity. Every moment becomes distorted, stretched, then transformed. Thinking about this, one might gently close their eyes, feel their heartbeat align with the calm reflection. In the silence of the universe, time near a black hole is like someone lost. It forgets the direction it should flow. 1 second there might equal a lifetime somewhere else. That notion feels like a gentle yet challenging invitation. What would happen if we stepped into a place where time is uncontrollable? This question leads to a cascade of further reflections. Fate, choice, regret, all tie tightly to time. If time is merely illusion, then does regret for the past or worry for the future still hold meaning? In a warped time, the idea of freedom also changes. Can humans escape time, or are we always bound by it, no matter where we are? From these reflections, one realizes that the black hole not only attracts by the fear of gravity or mystery of the dark region, it also distorts our perception of the most familiar thing, the flow of time. Each minute passing is no longer a fixed standard. We are moving into a region where space is no longer flat, time no longer straight. Every value once taught seems to tremble. One may feel movement deep inside their own stream of thought. Curved space brings more strange stories. The mystery does not stop with time's distortion. A new question begins in the darkness ahead. On star-drenched nights, people lie looking at the sky and wonder how many worlds like this one exist out there. Places with rivers flowing through green lands, with people also seeking the meaning of life, or civilizations far beyond our imagination. The longing to step beyond the limits of the current universe has never ceased burning in humanity's mind. In the mystery of the black hole, a bold idea gradually emerges. The space around it bends so much it no longer follows ordinary intuition, like a fabric pulled strong into the deepest bottom of darkness. Jok. Doi jai laban dich tieng an hoan chin kua joan van ban gui. George Giun Guyen Inangia Triet Hok, Hoa Hok, Huyen Bi, Vadung Juok, Ngay Cho Tuam Huak, Dong Video Ke Chuyen Vu Tru. Min Dich Tio Van Fong Tun Hien, Goe Kam Suk, Fu Hop Cho Giong Jok Sao Lang Van Hak Nen Kong Gian. English translation: Black holes and the mirrors of the universe. The curvature of space has led some scientists to suggest that a black hole might not simply be a grave for matter, but a bridge, a link leading somewhere beyond our sight. Research has revealed the possibility that the far side of a black hole could be an exit to another region of space, not merely a distant corner of this universe, but perhaps an entirely different one. The idea of a parallel universe emerges like a dreamy scientific tale, a realm where the laws of reality might differ, where time flows to its own rhythm. Life itself could be so different that all our definitions would seem misplaced. Such a concept bends the mind in strange and beautiful ways. Any point in space could be connected to another, forming a shortcut through the universe. In the most extreme case, that shortcut might lead to an entirely new cosmos. The black hole becomes a doorway, and beyond it lies a multitude of unnamed possibilities. Humanity has always wondered whether every choice we make gives birth to a new path, a branch of life we will never live. The multiverse theory offers a fascinating thought. Every choice is not lost, but diverges into its own stream, continuing its story elsewhere. In another reality, you may be living a completely different life. Every unrealized dream could be real somewhere far away. The idea softens the human heart. Knowing that what we never finished may still exist in another tale brings quiet comfort, that there is no absolute loss, only a silent shifting between countless versions of existence. In the darkness of the black hole, the question of destiny feels less heavy. Perhaps there is no single road, no predetermined ending. Each breath we take could open a new timeline, a new version of ourselves. With that thought, existence feels wider, freer, less suffocating within the wheel of time we once thought unchangeable. Some researchers even imagine black holes as crossroads between worlds. Streams of light, information, even people might pass through, emerging in another land. Such a journey would be unlike any voyage ever dreamed of. There would be no compass, no map, only surrender to the strange laws of curved space. Yet every step toward that unknown carries unease. For what awaits beyond the veil? A welcoming world, or a barren realm where life cannot grow? Curiosity drives us forward, yet the darkness whispers of the limits of knowledge. The feeling slows our breath, peaceful, yet haunting. Questions about the self awaken again. If countless versions of us exist in other universes, which one is the true I? A person is the sum of choices, memories, and hopes. When all of these branch into infinite reflections, the sense of self dissolves like light through a prism, giving birth to a new current of thought. Whether or not black holes are truly doors, they give us a new way to see existence. Space is no longer flat or still. It becomes a mystical maze where each turn hides an unwritten story. Every boundary humanity has drawn for the cosmos may be nothing more than the border of imagination. The allure of parallel universes lies not only in their mystery, but in their power to heal the human soul. How many times have we wished to return and change a single moment? How many times have we whispered, "What if I had chosen differently?" Perhaps, in another version of reality, those wishes already came true, leaving no regret, only peace. It soothes the heart to know that every choice is honored, none erased by time. In another universe, we may still be continuing the stories that ended here. The parallel cosmos might exist like the petals of an infinite flower. The black hole becomes its stem, linking every petal in a mysterious layered design. Each petal glows with its own world. Each grain of cosmic dust might live in another season, another rhythm of time. The thought itself feels like entering a dream where everything is possible. For a moment, the mind breaks free from its bindings. Peace spreads, and loss becomes gentle. For perhaps, somewhere in the distant universe, that same joy still burns bright. Scientists continue to gather data, build models, and study the light around black holes to understand the darkness more deeply. Each discovery adds a piece to the puzzle, though many gaps remain. Those gaps are where imagination takes flight, where hope roots itself. In that vast expanse, a black hole may not be an end, but a beginning, a one-way journey filled with wonder. Every ray of light swallowed by it might continue its story elsewhere. That mysterious structure has been given a beautiful name, one that evokes dreams and new tales yet to come. Space stretches like an invisible ocean, where currents of light and matter drift endlessly in silence. Every point in the universe carries an unimaginable distance, millions or billions of years to cross. Humanity looks up at the night sky, at those tiny dots of light, and understands that behind each one lies a realm beyond reach. The longing to explore still burns quietly, a desire to cross the impossible distance and touch the secret of the stars. Amid that yearning, a strange idea arose, a hidden shortcut folded within space itself. A bold thought: bend the path, fold the cosmic paper, and let two distant points touch. The wormhole, a bridge between two regions of the universe, was born from that daring imagination. Einstein's theory of relativity told us that gravity bends space. That curvature feels like valleys and trenches where matter is drawn inward. From that notion came the hypothesis of a tunnel piercing through the curve, a shortcut through the fabric of reality. Suddenly, a journey of millions of light years could take minutes, hours, or days. The image of a hidden doorway in the dark, opening into a completely new realm, has always stirred human curiosity. But what is a wormhole, truly? It can be imagined as a bridge suspended between two cliffs, where normal travel is impossible. It isn't made of tangible matter. It is born from the bending of space itself. Science describes it as a deep, twisted throat linking two distant regions into one corridor. In the storyteller's vision of the cosmos, a wormhole is like two pieces of fabric sewn together by an invisible thread. Those who step inside don't move through space as we know it. They almost shift to another point entirely. A shortening of distance so extreme it feels like magic. Science fiction often depicts wormholes as swirling tunnels of light, pulling travelers in and hurling them out into alien skies where nameless stars await. Such a mesmerizing idea makes us wonder: can we ever touch one in reality, or is it only a shadow of imagination? Black holes have often been part of that story. Some suggest that the far side of a black hole could be the mouth of a wormhole, one side consuming everything, the other releasing it somewhere else. This image carries hope, a cosmic gateway. Though unproven, the idea raises profound questions about the true structure of the universe. Yet, every dream faces obstacles. Wormholes, according to mathematics, are unstable. Their walls collapse the moment something enters. The door shuts before it opens. To prevent that collapse, scientists proposed a strange kind of matter, one unseen in nature, with properties so unusual it could hold the passage open. They call it exotic matter, a name that stirs wonder, as if the universe still hides things beyond our understanding. No one knows where it exists or what it looks like. But if found, it could make the wormhole a safe bridge. Every attempt to prove its existence feels like holding a shining key, not yet knowing where the lock lies. Still, the dream of a path through the stars never fades. Through all generations, humanity has advanced by daring the impossible. From sails across the ocean to ships landing on the moon, each step began as a dream once deemed absurd. The wormhole might be one such dream. Standing before an unopened gate makes one tremble between fear and excitement. Fear of the unknown beyond, and excitement that it might hold humanity's future. The chance to see new galaxies, new worlds, new suns, thought immortal. The wormhole, then, becomes a poem of hope. It speaks not only of science, but of the deep human desire to transcend boundaries. Each of us carries that wish, to break free from the invisible limits of life, as vast and unreachable as the gap between galaxies. The idea of a shortcut becomes a symbol of liberation, of the belief that nothing is truly immutable. But wormholes might not only bridge space, they might carry time as well. Passing through one could lead a traveler not just elsewhere, but elsewhen, a journey that shifts both place and moment. The fusion of these two realms, space, and time, makes the wormhole the greatest dream ever imagined by the human mind. A corridor from here to there, from now to a distant future, from the known to the unseen. All our knowledge so far is only the first stone on that path. The destination remains veiled, yet each question brings our hands closer to the universe's hidden door. The story of the wormhole is still being written. Every scientific step is a lantern shining through the darkness of the unknown. Perhaps one day, when children look at the Milky Way, they won't ask if we can reach it, only which shortcut we'll take today. The dream of traveling among the stars continues to grow, tested by the limits of the cosmos, yet strengthened by them. Ahead lies another paradox, reminding us that the road to freedom is never smooth. Space is filled with endless stories. Every particle, every ray of light, every breath leaves a trace in the cosmic tapestry, as if existence itself is being recorded in nature's eternal journal. Physics tells us that information never truly disappears. Even when matter burns, dissolves, or vanishes, its essence is preserved somewhere, a rule once thought unbreakable until the black hole appeared. When something falls into it, all trace seems erased. A star crossing the event horizon leaves no data, no color, no shape, no history. Everything beyond that edge vanishes from every record. Physicists began to fear that even information was being swallowed. It felt like throwing a book into fire. No ashes, no proof that its story ever existed. Imagine a person once alive, laughing, thinking, then cast into such deep darkness that even memory forgets them. Too cruel for a universe built on conservation. That paradox kept scientists awake at night. Does information truly vanish, or does it transform in ways we cannot yet comprehend? If it disappears, the foundations of physics crumble. Stephen Hawking once declared that information is lost, and the world trembled. His claims split the scientific community. A single voice cracked the rock everyone thought was solid. Outside the black hole, there was only silence. Matter entered without farewell, a train with no return. The deeper we probed, the sharper the question became. Does the universe allow what it once forbade? Yet Hawking went further. He suggested that black holes breathe. Around their edges, a faint whisper escapes the dark. Hawking radiation, a fragile glow barely visible, yet it rekindles hope that information isn't gone after all. The radiation hints that black holes may shrink, and one day, evaporate. When that happens, what becomes of everything they consumed? The question echoes again from the abyss. Some scientists propose that information isn't lost. It's stored on the black hole's boundary. The event horizon may record everything that falls within, like a film wrapped around the mouth of the abyss, preserving every photon, every atom that once touched the dark. The universe, it seems, never lets anything die completely. Every story is kept in one form or another. Even in a grave of data, a secret archive may survive. This leads to a deeper thought, that our three-dimensional world might only be a projection of information encoded on a two-dimensional cosmic surface, like an image cast upon a screen, while the true story unfolds behind it, a vast secret hidden in the structure of reality itself. We see an object, yet its history lies elsewhere, a paradox so beautiful that it leaves us both bewildered and enchanted. Kamon Ban. Doi jai la ban dich tieng an hoan chin kua tuan bo joan van ban gui. Gyunguyen ingia. Jiong van triet hok. Huyen bi. Fu hop jethuam vadong video. In the deepest reaches of infinite darkness, could there exist a secret door waiting to be opened? A passage where light may never return. A threshold leading to a place where time, space, and existence itself become strangers to everything we believe in. When we gaze upon the night sky, the twinkling stars bring a sense of peace. Yet right beside that brilliance, darkness conceals regions no one has ever seen. Perhaps within that obscurity lies a secret that has slept since the dawn of the universe. The silence of night may seem absolute, but something waits within it, silently pulling us closer. Pause for a moment. Breathe gently. Imagine space as a vast, still ocean stretching endlessly. The stars are like specks of light drifting across that cosmic sea, forming a mysterious current that humanity can only look upon in wonder. Amidst such beauty, one question resonates deep within our imagination. Tiny, yet as weighty as a galaxy. What hides in the absolute darkness where no light can shine? Could there be a gateway leading to a realm where familiar laws no longer hold true? A world where moments can freeze, memories compress into tiny sparks, and the future expands into infinity. The universe never grants us easy answers. Each discovery only conceals the truth more deeply. Humanity builds ever larger telescopes, gathers more data, advances science beyond what previous generations could dream of. Yet the farther we gaze, the more we realize how little we understand. The black hole has become a symbol of that mystery, a silent dot on the cosmic canvas, holding within it entire chapters of stories never read. Some say a black hole gathers all unsolved riddles the universe presents to humankind. A star lives for billions of years, burning bright, warming the worlds around it, telling the tale of light throughout its life. But eventually its fuel runs dry. The force that held it together fades. The giant of the sky collapses upon itself. Under unimaginable weight, its core contracts into a point so small we call it a singularity. All matter is crushed, all space disappears, and our known laws of physics cease to apply. That invisible point, though unseen, possesses a pull beyond all measure. The surrounding space bends into a bottomless pit. Light itself cannot escape, and everything is swallowed by darkness. No flicker, no reflection, no way to look directly within. A black hole is like a perfect sealed box, holding the story of a dead star, yet opening a mystery 100 times deeper. Imagine standing before a vast abyss, your sight unable to reach the bottom. The wind brushes your skin but carries no sound. It feels both mesmerizing and terrifying. The allure of a black hole is not only in its danger, but in the questions it forces us to confront, questions beyond ordinary curiosity. Where does all information go when it falls inside? Do the planets it devours still exist in some other form? Does time continue, or does it stop completely within? Are the laws of nature torn apart in that eerie stillness? Space, matter, and time, the three foundations of the universe we know, are twisted into something else when they cross a black hole's threshold. Some researchers believe that nothing truly disappears, only transforms. Every bit of data that once existed may still be engraved subtly on the edges of the space surrounding the black hole. Everything that has ever fallen inside might still persist in another form. It's a simple thought, but one that opens a fragile hope, that nothing ever truly vanishes from the universe. Humans have always feared oblivion. The fear that everything we are will fade away drives us to seek meaning in life. When we gaze into a black hole, that fear becomes palpable. It mirrors our deepest dread. Will we vanish? Will our memories dissolve as if they never existed? Yet there is another way to see it. Perhaps the existence of black holes is a reminder that even in the deepest darkness, something endures, something preserved beyond our sight. Maybe nothing is ever truly lost. We just haven't yet learned how to see it. Tot lam, doi jai la bandik tieng an hoan chin, mot va tun hien, giun guyen toan bo ien gia. Fu hop jet tuam video triet hok, hoa hok, huyen bi. When reaching the black hole, all that remains is a faint ripple on the fabric of space, a quiet ending with no sound, no witness. Once, space was vast and open, allowing light to travel for billions of years before coming to rest. Yet at the heart of the black hole, every path narrows into a single journey toward the abyss. Planets that once nurtured life, civilizations that may have bloomed and faded, all upon falling into the black hole, become lingering questions in silence. No signals return, no radio waves, no images to prove they ever existed. Everything dissolves into darkness, leaving only ambiguity for human imagination to orbit around. That power of disappearance touches the primal fear within every thinking being. Humanity has always fought to preserve its memory, to record its history as proof that it once lived, once loved, once longed. When the black hole appears as a machine that erases the universe's memory, a great question rises in the mind. Could all of humanity's effort vanish in a single collapse of space? That fear extends beyond the death of an individual. It is the dread of the death of civilization itself, a future where the last trace of human intellect is swallowed with no one left to remember. Every grain of memory could fade into the dark without leaving a single mark that we ever existed. Thus, the black hole is not merely a problem of physics. It is a mirror reflecting our deepest fear, the fear of absolute oblivion. The world once believed that death marked the ultimate boundary of existence. Yet before the black hole, death seems merely a small transition. For even in death, there remains history, but disappearance, that is the true terror. The black hole reminds us that everything can collapse into silence so deep that no one would even know it ever was. Perhaps that is why humanity always seeks to understand, to see deeper. Science becomes a fragile torch raised in the vast night, hoping to gather even a glimmer of truth to escape the helplessness. Is there anything that can survive within a black hole? Does information still exist in another form? Perhaps the story does not vanish. It merely rearranges itself under laws we are not yet wise enough to comprehend. These questions push the passion of scientists beyond every known frontier. When confronting a black hole, human thought feels compelled toward the edge of awareness, where certainty melts into doubt. The laws of physics, once believed solid pillars of understanding, begin to tremble as they near the event horizon. Every measurement, every theory points toward a single goal: to find evidence that disappearance is not absolute. A spark of hope remains that the universe is fairer than we imagine, that every story written along the river of time is never truly erased, that every journey carries meaning, even when unseen by the naked eye. One hypothesis suggests that black holes do not destroy but transform information. They act like compressors of reality, condensing everything into a hidden form, difficult to perceive but still there, waiting to be deciphered. That image offers a fragile comfort, not firm enough to silence fear, yet enough to keep despair at bay. In a quiet moment beneath the night sky, as we gaze upon galaxies stretching like silver veils across the dark, we understand that every star carries a story of its own. The black hole may end those stories, yet also opens a new blank page where mysteries are sealed away. No one knows if beyond the veil of darkness, there lies a chance for resurrection. Supermassive black holes dwell at the core of most galaxies, including the one our Earth belongs to. They sit silently like ancient librarians guarding shelves of locked books. Within those books lies the history of every planet that has ever drifted too close. Perhaps the universe records the past by making it vanish from sight. A tightness grips the human heart when imagining a far future, when stars lose their fire. Energy fades and only darkness and cold black holes remain. The cosmos then resembles a vast archive of forgotten contents, where the achievements of existence are compressed into unreadable silence. It is a lonely, chilling vision. Yet the story does not end there. The black hole is not only a final collector. New discoveries hint that within that darkness lies something beyond imagination. What once seemed an absolute end might instead be the beginning of greater questions. Every study adds another key to the cosmic lock. Turn it the right way, and the door may open. The black hole ceases to be merely a symbol of destruction. It becomes a space that invites human intellect to venture further, to understand who we are in this infinite ocean. Fear does not vanish, but it now stands beside curiosity. These two emotions forever walk together on humanity's journey of discovery. Yet the mystery does not stop there. The existence of black holes leads us toward an even deeper story, one still unopened: the concept of the white hole. A white hole, according to certain cosmological theories, is a gateway where nothing can enter. Instead of swallowing everything, it spews matter and energy outward, a mirror image of the black hole. It is as if creation itself had written two halves of one tale. One side keeps the secret, the other releases it. This symmetry makes the white hole a profoundly puzzling entity. Unlike its dark twin, The white hole rejects all gravitational behavior we know. No immense pull, no imprisonment, only an endless outpouring, as though someone had lifted the lid of the universe's Pandora's box. Though never observed directly, white holes hold a respected place in theoretical physics. Their existence completes the equations. Without them, the mathematics remains unfinished. When describing black holes, scientists found symmetrical solutions, pointing to a structure where time flows outward, not inward. Not a pit where motion collapses, but a fountain from which history is born. In this reflection, black holes and white holes stand as two faces of the same cosmic coin. Strange questions arise. What determines whether a region of space becomes a black hole or a white one? Could one transform into the other, or are they simply two states of the same being? Each hypothesis opens new corridors of exploration. Each speculation another door to uncharted lands of thought. Some even propose that the white hole might be the final stage of a black hole's transformation. When a black hole weakens, its energy leaking away, the moment of collapse could turn into an explosion, a cosmic firework of rebirth. Matter, once imprisoned, bursts free, spreading into space in new form. It is a poetic vision. Life turned to ashes within the black hole, then breathed back into the universe through the white hole. A quiet resurrection written into the laws of nature. Beneath the dry shell of logic lies a tender idea. Not every ending is absolute. Perhaps beyond the death of a star is a greeting from a newborn one. Some researchers even dare to suggest that white holes could be exits of wormholes, the other end of a journey through the folded fabric of space. Falling into a black hole may only be the first step of a voyage through hidden dimensions. On the other side, matter might reappear in another region of this universe, or perhaps in another universe altogether. None of this can be seen from the outside. Every event unfolds in secrecy, like a file locked within the cabinet of the cosmos. Such bold theories stretch human imagination, along elegant curves of mathematics, equations, describing both decay and renewal on the endless dark canvas of space-time. The mysterious nature of the white hole also raises a greater question about cosmic balance. Perhaps every pull needs a push. Every disappearance hides a new emergence. That equilibrium preserves the harmony between chaos and order. Even without proof, many believe this symmetry reflects a deeper truth of existence, one beyond human senses. In the quiet mystery of space, the idea of the white hole keeps the mind restless. It reshapes how we think about endings, about time's one-way flow. It whispers the possibility that the past can become the seed of a new future, branching through unseen realities. The white hole blurs the boundary between beginning and end. Each point could be both at once, a finish and a start. Philosophically, that notion touches the deepest yearning of the human soul, the longing for continuation, the hope that loss is not final, that meaning will bloom again somewhere else. The symmetry between black and white holes becomes a metaphor for the cycle of existence. Some arrive, some depart. Every speck of dust belongs to that endless evolution. Through it all, humanity clings to faith in the coherence of natural laws. White holes preserve that faith against paradox. The universe once made us curious, and now honors that curiosity with riddles so vast that intellect must give its all to solve them. Even if white holes remain only in theory, their allure drives science to probe deeper into the possible. Each discovery brings us closer to the full story of space itself. And just when ideas seem most alive, another door opens. The universe is not confined to two mirrored halves, but unfolds through countless layers. Each theory blooms like a strange flower in a field where truth and mystery intertwine. Humanity presses onward toward the great question at the heart of being. Returning to the first moments of creation, when chaos ruled and energy overflowed, we encounter another astonishing notion: primordial black holes. They are imagined as secret remnants from the dawn of existence, when the universe was not even a fraction of a second old. Its density was so great that a mere fluctuation could compress a region of space into a gravitational collapse, a black hole. Unlike those born from dying stars, these did not need supernovas or stellar life cycles. They emerged before the universe found its order, raw, violent, undefined. Energy gathered matter into clumps so dense they collapsed upon themselves, infinitesimal, smaller than an atom, yet carrying masses of millions of tons, tiny beyond sight, yet powerful enough to anchor their surroundings, a dust mote with the weight of worlds. Their existence defies intuition, bending space into bizarre geometries before melting into near emptiness. Some believe these primordial black holes still drift through today's universe, ghosts without light, wandering unseen among galaxies. Scientists suspect they might hold the secret of dark matter. Dark matter's gravity shapes galaxies, making them spin faster than theory predicts, yet no one has seen it. What holds the stars in that invisible hand? The answer may lie in these microscopic black holes, ancient particles that have accompanied the universe since its first breath. A primordial black hole could endure with unimaginable longevity, silent and enduring, carrying within it the earliest memory of creation itself. Tuyet voi duoi jai la bandik tieng an jai ju, giun guyen in hia kam sukva hing an trong van bangos. Juak viet theo fong catch cinematic philosophical narration, thich hop jethuam hoak dung video. English translation is there. Within the deepest reaches of infinite darkness, a secret door waiting to be opened, a passage where light can never return, a threshold leading to a realm where time, space, and existence itself become strangers to what we think we know. When we gaze at the night sky, the stars sparkle in serene beauty. Yet right beside that brilliance, darkness conceals regions unseen by any eye. Perhaps within that void lies a secret that has slumbered since the birth of the cosmos. The silence of night seems absolute, yet something waits there, quietly drawing us closer. Pause for a moment. Breathe softly. In this stillness, imagine space as an endless, calm ocean. The stars drift like particles of light upon its surface, forming a mysterious current that humanity can only watch from afar. Amidst that beauty arises a question so small yet heavy as a galaxy. What hides within the absolute darkness where light cannot shine? Could there be a gateway to a world where familiar laws no longer apply? A world where moments can stop, memories compress into tiny points, and the future expands into infinity. The universe never offers easy answers. Each time we explore, truth retreats further into shadow. Humanity builds larger telescopes, gathers more data, and advances science beyond what past generations could imagine. Yet the farther we look, the more we realize how little we truly understand. The black hole has become a symbol of that mystery, a silent dot in space holding within it countless untold chapters. Some say a black hole gathers every unanswered question the universe has ever posed to us. A star once lived for billions of years. It shone, it warmed its planets, it told the story of light through its lifetime. But when its fuel runs out, its strength collapses inward. The giant of the sky folds into itself. Under unimaginable pressure, its core shrinks into a single point, a singularity. All matter is compressed, every gap erased, and the laws of physics we know cease to function. That tiny invisible point possesses a pull beyond comparison. Space around it bends into a bottomless well. Even light cannot escape, leaving only darkness. No reflection, no glimmer, no direct view inside. A black hole is a perfect sealed box containing the story of a star's death. Yet it opens the door to an even greater mystery. Imagine standing before an abyss whose depth no eyes can reach. The wind brushes your skin but carries no sound. It feels both captivating and terrifying. The black hole fascinates not because it is dangerous, but because it confronts us with questions far beyond ordinary curiosity. Where does the information of everything that falls into it go? What becomes of the planets it once consumed? Does time still flow within, or has it stopped entirely? Do the laws of nature tear apart in that eerie stillness? Space, matter, time, the trinity that shapes our universe are twisted into something entirely different beyond the event horizon. Some scientists suggest nothing truly disappears. Rather, everything transforms. Every trace of what once existed may still be inscribed subtly on the edge of space surrounding the black hole. Perhaps all that ever fell within remains, preserved in another form. It's a simple thought, but it sparks hope. Nothing is ever truly lost in the universe. Human beings have always feared oblivion. The thought that everything we are could fade away drives us to seek meaning in life. When we gaze into a black hole, that fear grows deeper. It mirrors the most primal terror within us. Will we vanish? Will our memories dissolve as if they never were? Yet another idea arises. Perhaps the black hole's very existence is a reminder. Even in the deepest darkness, something endures. It's just that our eyes are not yet ready to see it.